What's up, everybody? Hope all of y'all are doing undeniably fan-freaking-tastic out there. It's Monday, and you know what that means. It's vlog day once again, and it is pouring outside. Pouring rain out there. Got water falling from the sky. Grass in the ground, and the house is getting all wet. Heck wrong with y'all? Not bland. But, y'all, let me dial it back for a minute because I need to share a quick moment of silence. Let me get this phone in my pocket. Okay. I need to share a quick moment of silence for someone who has definitely been a great wrestling legend through the years. We need to hold a quick moment of silence in remembrance of Sabu. Alright, so man, just thinking about everything I've seen from Sabu, I know that I might have missed out on watching a lot of his stuff from when he was in his prime, but I was still able to respect him based off a lot of the footage I have seen from him in the past. The suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu, and I know I missed out on a lot of his ECW days, but I think I actually have a VHS of Sabu's best matches or best moments back in my house somewhere. I gotta go back and take a look for it later. But, man, like, Sabu was definitely an innovator. But besides all the hardcore wrestling stuff he was doing with all that barbed wire and stuff, I don't know if I can call him a luchador. I don't know much about his history. I don't know if he gritted his teeth in Japan or not, or if he was trained by any luchadors or whatever, but the man was a high flyer. And I remember there'd be times where he would just leap out of the ring and just go over the barricade sometimes. Those matches that he had with RVD back in the day, ooh, and oof. And that match he had with Rey Mysterio when they did that one night stand event, I gotta go back and take a look at that one. And the fact that Sabu has still found a way to keep going, and heck, even as recent as, what was it, WrestleMania weekend? Wasn't he at a GCW event? Because I haven't seen clips of him diving out of the ring and landing into a basically a barbed wire box. Like there was I saw a wooden frame that had barbed wire on the sides of it. But man, rest in peace to Sabu. And I don't care who you are as a wrestling fan. If you try to think about a Mount Rushmore of who you think should be on the Mount Rushmore of hardcore legends, I can almost guarantee you maybe at least a good 80 to if not 95% of people will tell you that Sabu is on that Mount Rushmore. Who would I put on my Mount Rushmore of hardcore wrestling legends? Totally Sabu. Definitely Terry Funk. Mick Foley as well. And who could I possibly list as that fourth one? Maybe Bruiser Brody. Either Bruiser Brody or what's his name? Man, the name is right there on the tip of my tongue. Abdul the Butcher. So it's definitely going to be Sabu, Terry Funk, Mick Foley, and either Bruiser Brody or Bill the Butcher. But, yeah, rest in peace of Sabu, man. So, yeah, rest in peace of Sabu. We're never gonna miss that guy. Prayers go out to both him and his family, his friends, and his fans. And yeah, but I don't want to say moving on, but I do got other SSP stuff I got to talk about, and as well as a few other things. But so yeah, I want to give a shout out to both Kaylin and David, who was there with me on the vlog last week. Now, technically, last week's vlog wasn't the first vlog of me turning 31. Alright. Technically, this is the first vlog of me being 31 because last week was actually filmed on a Saturday, the day before my birthday. So, I uploaded it on the 5th, but I actually filmed it on the 3rd. So yes, no question about it. This vlog is totally the first vlog of the age of 31. There. Alright. But, yeah, my birthday, it was pretty cool. It was alright. I can't complain about it. Just to give y'all a little bit of a heads up, I guess. Like, for those of you that have been unaware, my birthday, it has been kind of underwhelming for most of the years. But maybe that's not even the right word for it. I really don't know. Because, like, I see the perception of other people having birthday parties compared to somebody like me. And sometimes I feel like just because I'm not popular enough or just because I'm not over enough like other wrestlers, like, I missed out on a lot of opportunities, alright? So, I really don't have people coming to see me for my birthday. I really don't have actual friends willing to actually take me somewhere, you know, just like spend the day with me. Hey, let's go out to eat or something. Let's go do something with you because it's your special day. But just because it's me, like, nobody made me a priority last week. Nobody. Alright. And man, I don't want to say something that's gonna like make me seem very ungrateful, but yeah. This birthday was very, very, very significantly small compared to last year's. I will put it like that. Alright. But for my birthday this year, though, my church held a graduation recognition service. Alright. They just happened to book it May 4th, 2025. Go figure. Alright. Ironic timing. And as I sat there in my pew watching other people get a spotlight, which, by the way, well deserved. Congratulations to all of them. For the first time in a while, I didn't feel, I don't want to say jealous, but I don't want to say that I felt left out, okay? I did not feel any less loved last Sunday, alright? Despite everything going on, I didn't feel any less loved last Sunday, alright? Because I did walk in, and shout out to Miss Robin. She did hook me up with a small gift bag with like a prayer book, some candy, and even a 20, which, awesome. But also my brother, he PayPal'd me 20 more bucks. Awesome. I got 40 frickin' dollars out of my birthday last week. Cool. But other than that, like, the main theme of my birthday last week was I had to frickin' love myself. That was the main theme of it all. I freaking had to love myself. And last week, yeah, my mom did hook me up with not one but two shirts. I got this one. Let's see here. I'm Team Jesus. I'm not religious. I'm a Christian, imperfect and unworthy, saved by grace, seeking after God. And it's the same thing on front and back. I also got this shirt over here too. Hope you guys can see it good, but it just says Jesus right there, and does that say, wait, what's that say underneath it? Jesus is my Savior, okay. And I can only assume that's supposed to be an illustration of Jesus pulling Peter out the water. Now, also last week I did end up getting a cake, but it was a cake that I bought myself, thanks to my job, because I haven't really told y'all about this lately, because I've been trying to work out of sight pretty much. But yeah, I did recently go back to my grocery store job that I was working back in 2022. Only difference is I'm working in a different department now, and the pay is better, I'm getting more hours, and everything just feels good, especially the management. The management especially. But they even hooked me up with a $10 coupon, so that was awesome too. But the coupon did not pay for the cake though. I have that coupon saved for something else. Alright, well, I'll be led to use that later on this month. I don't know yet. There's not really an expiration on it. But besides that, also for my birthday, I ended up making an online order, and now I got this. Avengers for Xbox One. And shout out to my lovely girlfriend, Queen Enterprises. Bae, if you're out there, love ya. She got me a what? A Stone Cold Steve Austin Funko Pop. What? 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 Oh hell yeah! Alright. But besides that though, I also was given a trip to Rock Hill so I could go to the movie theater over there, and I got to watch Thunderbolts. Alright, now I do have some reviews worth doing for today. Alright, now don't worry, these are spoiler free. So, my spoiler free review for Thunderbolts can be separated into two different categories: the professional review and the personal review. Okay? For the professional review, I will say that as I started watching this Thunderbolts film, I noticed that the writing may have been a little bit self-aware. The writers were self-aware, and they was putting those details to get spoken through their characters. Almost like what happens when WWE, they try to do shoot moments for their promos. Oh, they're not blind, they know what happened off the show, but they're still addressing it anyway for the sake of the story. And that's something I noticed that Thunderbolts did, just to an extent the Marvels did. All right, and I can't hate that. Like I can't hate that mentality. And another mentality I noticed walking into this was that everybody in the Thunderbolts, they were getting that Sam Wilson treatment. Now, what I said a few months ago, back when I was reviewing Captain America: Brave New World, I said that that movie felt like what character adaptation is supposed to do. It's like what would have happened if DC stayed consistent enough with their Batman films and they were able to give Robin his own Nightwing movie one day. That's how it felt. But Thunderbolts, yeah, it felt like a whole. It felt like falling backwards onto what the sidekicks were supposed to be, and now the sidekicks are getting the main spotlight on like a big stage, like a full feature MCU movie. And one guy that really stood out to me was both Bob and John Walker, right? Like the way that John Walker has adapted since Captain America, well, not Captain America, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Man, John really stepped his game up as a character in this one, and I applaud that. Alright, but now on to the personal review. From a personal perspective, this film told a particular story with a particular character that really stood out to me. This film really spoke to me, and that's something that I can't remember a Marvel movie has been able to do recently. If you walk into this film with high expectations and try to overlook the message it was trying to send, you're probably going to hate this film. I'm not going to lie. If you walk into this film with high expectations and ignore the message of the story, you're probably going to hate the film. Alright. Now, I'll admit, yeah, the MCU right now, they have plenty of reasons to be hated. But for this particular movie in general, though, don't put your expectations too high, but also don't overlook the little things. Because tiny details, they can go a lot. Even though this particular tiny detail just so happened to be a little bit big, but I guess only for me. And I guess I'm only taking it personal because just the year and a half I've had recently, maybe even 2 years at that, this film definitely did speak to me in abundance. And for that, I gotta say thank you, Thunderbolts, for helping me feel seen in the darkness, alright? And that's all I can say because I really don't want to give too much about anything else away, alright? Next week, I will go into full detail about my full Thunderbolts review, alright? Now, I did see one particular character in there that made me a little bit curious about how he handled the situation. So I'm going to address that next week as well. Alright. But now another review I gotta give is something else I've been keeping up with recently. I gotta talk about Daredevil. Alright. Charlie Cox's, not Ben Affleck's. I really appreciated the work that Daredevil has done, and I was late to the party. Now look, I may be a big MCU fan, and I may be a big Marvel fan, but there is still a lot of stuff I've been missing out on. Like Jessica Jones, whatever she is, the whole Punisher saga, which actually branched off of Daredevil. Heck, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. And I know there's definitely something else I'm missing. Werewolf by Night. Like, what the heck was that? I don't even remember seeing that getting promoted. But as I was watching Daredevil, though, I really appreciated the attention to detail. Like, this is more detail than the movie actually was able to showcase. In my opinion, I think that the only reason the movie was bad was because they didn't have much to play with. They didn't have much freedom to work with. But just the idea of this Daredevil series, the way that it was able to showcase not just Matt as the Daredevil, but showcase Matt as the lawyer, it really found a way to even make the courtroom scenes just as meaningful as the superhero fighting scenes. And oh, I popped so hard when I saw Clancy Brown show up. I was like, yep, that's it. This is now a legitimate series. I freaking love Clancy Brown and I love Daredevil now. But just how they choreographed some of the scenes to make everything look like it was done in one shot. Magnifico. Like, I think it was the hospital scene where Matt was fighting off everybody. I think he was trying to escape a hospital. That was pretty cool. And, man, the way they built up Lester Poindexter, aka Bullseye, that was freaky, and I'm glad they made it look that way. They made Lester Poindexter scare me. They made Bullseye scare me to an extent. Especially that scene where he's like stalking the especially that scene where he's like up in the journalist room or whatever, and he's wearing the fake Daredevil costume. Maybe it's the original Daredevil costume. I don't know. He's pretending to be Daredevil himself, and he's chasing down Matt, and that was pretty cool. But I didn't even know it was a whole Netflix series before. I didn't know it was a whole Netflix series until Born Again came out. Because, like, the only time I've actually seen Daredevil before Born Again was his work there in Echo, his work there in the She-Hulk franchise. But, like, I'm only wondering, like, why did it turn from all red? Why is this suit kind of yellow? That was kind of confusing to me. But as I digress, I'm only 2 episodes into Born Again. But as far as the Netflix series goes, I have caught up with that, and I am digging the heck out of it. Alright. But, yeah. Moving on. Oh, yeah. But one thing I will say, though, heading into Season 2, like, I am respecting the heck out of Kingpin as a villain. Alright. Just from Episode 2, right, he was talking to, I think it was a chief of police, I think. But the way Fisk coordinated every little detail, talking about Philly cheesesteaks, he lifted up a rapper to talk about compromise when it comes to certain restaurant choices. But as he lifted the rapper up, he was hiding that photo of the guy's family, and I was like, dude, that is diabolical. That is diabolical. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and give my numerical reviews next week, like X out of 10. I'll save those for next week too. But for Daredevil, though, I will give that a solid. Ooh. Man, I gotta give it an 8 out of 10. I gotta give it an 8 out of 10 only because of what happened to one of the main characters, alright? I didn't want it to happen to that character, but it happened anyway. Alright. But yeah, moving on to SSP business though. Yesterday I uploaded the trailer for the documentary. The trailer is out now for Don't Wrestle Yourself. If you haven't already, go take a look at the trailer. I uploaded it last night. Alright. And once the documentary is complete, it will be going up on Humanoid Freak's channel. So, for those of you that have not subscribed to him yet, I will put his link in the description below. Go follow him, go subscribe to him, tell him I sent you. Alright. I've chosen Humanoid to do this because Humanoid and I, we've known each other about 9 years. He's seen me grow up he's seen me grow up in the reactor community, and he's seen me grow up here on YouTube as well. We've collabed here and there, and back in 2020, he's definitely been my anchor being for all those games he invited me to, like the Gartic Phone and the Cards Against Humanity. So I do have much love for Humanoid. Humanoid, if you're out there watching, you the man. Alright. Man, I gotta wrap this up. I'm like 26 minutes in. Okay. Alright. But, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this vlog on up, but I do want to apologize for my lack of going live recently. But just to complete the weekend for my anniversary, you know, the 29th will be the 10th anniversary. The 30th will be the documentary over there on Humanoid Freak's channel. But you know what? Mark my words, I am having every intention of going live on Saturday, May the 31st. May the 31st, 7 p.m. I will go live. It's a fact. I will go live that night. The only thing that will prevent me from going live is another wrestling booking or some kind of horrible illness or injury. God forbid, knock on wood. Alright. And lastly, for my Decade Day video idea, I'm wanting to include some audience participation. And that's where you folks come in. I wanted to include some audience participation because I want to include some footage of you guys saying congratulations to SSP for this upcoming 10th anniversary special. Alright. For anybody that sends me their footage, I will include it in the special on the 29th. Alright. Follow my TikTok for more information. I'm going to be putting out something there. Alright. So, yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this vlog on up. And yeah, until next time, make sure all of you remember to be outrageously optimistic year-round. Booyah! I'm out. Love you all. Here comes my hug of appreciation. Bye.